Welcome. We talking about Robert Quinn today. So come on in and like the video before you sit down. Hit the sub button before you sit down. Let me just provide a little bit of context before we get started. So this is the time of year where we haven't had a whole bunch of football, so I decided to make a bunch of videos of me hating on people and giving my reasoning why. Not even necessarily me hating, but just my thoughts and opinions. And I've always backed up my thoughts and opinions with with actual film, so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. So with that being said, we've been talking a lot about the defensive end position, team toxic and all that, and the loss of Robert Quinn and how do we overcome the loss of that. First of all, we couldn't pay him the money to keep him, but I've always been of the opinion that I'm glad to have Tyrone Crawford back, and we can have a sort of committee of pass rushers and Randy Gregory and Alden Smith, because I think that Robert Quinn was a liability in the run game. All right, then, so let's take a look at this. Robert Quinn, right? I think one of the things that that gets him in trouble most of the times that he's always in pass rush mode. He's ready to fly upfield and not necessarily do run game things. And what do I mean by run game things? Let me just kind of run this play, and then we'll bring it back and talk about it. Now, run game, if it's pass rush, you busting ass up, feel cool, fine, do your thing. But in run game, we want to keep things at the line of scrimmage or very lateral. If you're going backwards, you're wrong. And if you're going super forward, that's also bad for your health as well. And Robert Quinn always being in pass rush mode, flying his ass upfield, creates a lot of space between Bakhtiari, this guard, and this center. Right now, Tristan Hill's causing a little bit of trouble over here. Let's go back and see what Tristan Hill is doing. Let's see what Tristan Hill is doing. Pretty solid right there. Standing on the line of scrimmage, keeping his eyes up, finding the football there. But if Tristan Hill didn't get that little bit of movement right there, that movement, then you got a wide ass open gap right here for this running back to just go through. And I think Aaron Jones took this thing backside because he had so much pressure front side or whatever. So this is a perfect example right here, right? Let's take a look at Michael Bennett. This is what I want you to do. Look at Michael Bennett right here. Let's run the play. See what Michael Bennett. This is what you're supposed to do. Run game is all about holding your ground. You know what I mean? You hold your ground because you don't know what gap that running back is going to hit. You can't always blindly attack, right? But then if we take a look at Robert Quinn on the opposite side here, right? We just take a look at Robert Quinn on the opposite side. He's just kind of running upfield again, man. And that's going to prove to be detrimental to your team. And there's plenty of examples of him just disregarding his run technique. Trust me, like that play didn't affect the run neither, but I'm setting y'all up for something. So just kind of like hang tight, man. Just kind of hang tight a little bit. But yes, him being in pass rush mode has always held back his run abilities. Now that I showed y'all what I mean, let's take a look at it directly affecting the play. Before we get that though, can we look at D-Law real fast? Can we just watch D-Law? Take a look at D-Law backside. Let's just see what he does, man. See how he gets flat? How he don't just bust ass upfield. He sees he's not getting blocked, then he looks inside, gets flat, and pursues the football, and prepares to end any kind of cutback situation. He's staying at home, playing the run, but also staying flat. Now let's take a look at Robert Quinn and see what he's doing. Robert Quinn's right here, and he's gonna kind of bust ass upfield. Right? His responsibility is C gap right here. So that's kind of why he's head up to inside of this tight end right here. And first of all, we can't have tight ends controlling us at all. But Robert Quinn getting way upfield right now took him out of this play. Why do I say that? Because all Devin Singletary got to do is miss Robert Quinn and he's home free. Like so. Robert Quinn's way out of the play. Devin Singletary has a whole bunch of C gap with no defender in it. Well, with one less defender in it. He still got these linebackers here, but that's a whole nother issue that we're not even talking about right now. We ain't talking about linebackers right now. What would I rather Robert Quinn do in this situation? Let me run it. Instead of getting upfield and missing Devin Singletary, I want Robert Quinn to fight back across the face of this tight end here. By crossing the face of this guy, it keeps you flat and it gives you better leverage to work your way down the line of scrimmage. So now we have an extra body in the fight. But you going upfield, see, this is where you could be. It could be Robert Quinn, Jalen Smith, and Sean Lee versus the run, but it's only your two linebackers because you way back here getting blocked by this tight end. You see what I mean? And I'm mad I had to use two plays to set this one up, but let's keep talking, man. It's plenty of other things that Robert Quinn does kind of weird in the run game. The YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. Let's take a look at Robert Quinn on this play and see what we get. We're gonna get like an outside running situation, and on the surface level, Robert Quinn kind of did the right thing. Your job is that if the offensive lineman is fighting to go outside, then it's kind of your job to fight outside with him. But there's an extra technique that's being left out here, right? Once the offensive lineman, like once you've gained the advantage and the leverage on that outside offensive lineman, at some point you got to plant your foot to keep that play from constantly widening, right? Because if you Robert Quinn and you outside of that offensive lineman, you keep running outside, then y'all just gonna go to the sideline together, and now you just got this big ass run lane for your running back to run through. What should happen? Let me run this play. Boom. Robert Quinn has the advantage off the rip. He should plant his foot right here and stop from being moved. Now, is he powerful enough to pull that off? Maybe not. Maybe that's where you put Tyrone Crawford in. I know Tyrone Crawford was powerful enough to pull this off because I've seen him do it. I think I did that film session somewhere. Y'all can go search for that. But I want Robert Quinn to be powerful enough to get to this point and plant his foot in the ground and keep that tackle where he's at. What that's going to do is that it's going to make Dalvin Cook work inside. He can't go outside because Quinn has the outside leverage. But if Dalvin Cook ends up going inside, then now you got gangsters inside to help you with that inside work. The problem is that if Robert Quinn keeps widening, if he keeps widening the gap out, then the gap gets easier to run through because it's it's wide. Very good. Thank you. Good. Write that down. It'll be on the test. That's another thing with Robert Quinn, man. He'll get logged inside and he'll just kind of stay there. You know what I mean? Like, get off of that block, dude. Like, you shouldn't let tight ends do this to you. And whoever is our right defensive end next year, we cannot allow tight ends. We're supposed to have the advantage, the power and football advantage. Just all together, D ends are supposed to be better than damn tight ends. You can't let Kyle Rudolph do that to you. Just pin you inside and keep you inside. That can't be the case. Even if that's the case, even if the play was supposed to be like that, then once again, Robert Quinn, it's your job to angrily fight back to the opposite side of Kyle Rudolph. It's your job to get to his left shoulder, and of course, it's your job to get to the left shoulder because all the plays going to his left shoulder. If you get off of that block and go to your left shoulder, you good. But instead, you just kind of got stuck up there by Kyle Rudolph, and that's upsetting. A lot of the time, football makes me sad, man. Take a look at Robert Quinn getting whooped by this tight end. just come on, man. And was this even? Let's see. Boom. Man, Quinn's supposed to immediately be off that dude, man. Now in the pass rush situation, Quinn smokes this guy. In the pass rush situation, but I wonder if Blake Jarwin can beat Robert Quinn. That's interesting. That'll be a fun little matchup. that'll be a snazzy little matchup to see Blake Jarwin versus Robert Quinn. There's another example of things that I don't like. I think him and his linebackers sometimes communicate to where Robert Quinn will kind of cross face, end up going inside, and the linebacker will take the outside gap or whatever. But the problem with that is Robert Quinn, even if he agrees to go inside, he don't work inside. I want Robert Quinn to either be pass rushing or if it's run related, I just want you as far away from those offensive linemen as you could possibly get. The problem with Robert Quinn is that when he gets inside with these offensive linemen, he gets stuck in there. He gets pushed around. So the goal might have been for Robert Quinn to cross face, take up this left tackle. Is that Cody Ford? That better not be my guy Cody Ford, because you definitely ain't finna out wrestle Cody Ford. It's just not smart for Robert Quinn to cross face and engage just so Jalen Smith can get outside, because you're not powerful enough to pull that off. Both of y'all kind of get smoked for that, for that decision. Okay, it's not Cody Ford over there. Both of y'all kind of get pushed on for that decision. Now, if this Tyrone Crawford, maybe you got some action. Maybe Tyrone Crawford can hold the point of attack a little better, but Robert Quinn can't. Anyway, man, like I said, this ain't me hating on Robert Quinn, man. He's fantastic, and I hope that he did good things in the passing game, pass rushing wise, and I hope that we can replicate or even improve on some of those pass rushing numbers with one of our guys. And if we can get two good pass rushes with Gregory and Alden Smith, then that'll be even better. But just as of now, my opinions on Robert Quinn versus the run game, it was ball game, player. It was ball game, and I just wanted to show y'all a handful of techniques, of Robert Quinn playing the run the wrong way. All right, so y'all hold it down for the Doski Walls till next time, man. Like this video, hit the sub button, and do all that appropriate YouTube things so you can know when I'm going live next time, when I'm dropping film next time, when I'm dropping a soliloquy next time. All right, peace, y'all.